producer Peter Moo Young, and we have with us here Kane. What do we have today?
Well, my co-host is out of town, so as for his absence, he's away on
recording in progress.
Professional duties, coaching in the Caribbean Championships in Dominican Republic. Hopefully he will be us sometime on the show, tell us what is going on down there. But for today, we have a jam-packed show, a lot of sports this week. We start off with the Champions League. That's the highlight for the week in sporting world. I mean, a lot of other sports going on. We start off with the Champions League.
In the meantime, I'll be in and out of the picture frame because we're trying to get our guests online. So, Kane, deal with the headlines. I'll be back in a minute.
No problem. So, gentle people, you have me for yourself this week. I mean, sorry for the absence of my co-host again, but the show must go on, and we're here on Primal Sports. As I said, we start off with Champions League, and we see we're the semi-finals. Liverpool came up victorious against Villarreal, and Real Madrid with a nail-biting finish to beat Manchester City. So we'll have a Liverpool-Real Madrid final on May 28th at 2 p.m. Jamaican time. Depends on where you are in the world, but that should be another final. We predicted a Liverpool-Real Madrid final here last week and came to fruition. But we start off in breaking down Liverpool versus Villarreal. We see where Villarreal put up a decent fight, but in the end, Liverpool won comfortably. They went in with a 2-0 lead and they went down 2-0 early. I mean, hats off to Villarreal for putting up a fight, as I said before, and it was a good contest. Liverpool rebounded like champions, and in the end, as I said, won smoothly. The other encounter, another mouth-watering match between Real Madrid and Manchester City. I mean, later on in the segment, we have people calling in after Peter Moo Young does his commentary at the midway point. But yeah, Real Madrid, Liverpool. We saw 2 late goals from Real Madrid from Brazilian Rodrigo. Went into overtime and Karim Benzema scoring a penalty. And I mean, it's tough for Pep Guardiola and Manchester City fans. And I want to hear your take later on. Phone lines will be open. Feel free to call in. But these 2 matches, I mean, wow. And who we have for the final? My pick for the final will be Real Madrid. I mean, Real Madrid is one of the biggest sporting clubs in the world, not only football, sporting clubs in general, and one of the most coveted clubs in football and the most Champions League title. Liverpool is also another big club, but my pick will be Real Madrid. Why? I mean, they seem to have been comeback kings. They're not mixed up in a title race. They have the affordability of resting players, preparing. Liverpool have to go week in, week out to try and keep up with City. They're 1 point behind City, and they're now locked in a nil-all stalemate with Tottenham in the second half, where they have to get 3 points each weekend, where Man City trying to slip up. Now Man City is out. They can focus on the Premier League and try to win that title. 4 matches remaining, and it's going down to the wire. So Liverpool focus is here, there, and all over the place. They have the FA Cup final, and I mean, Real Madrid can now focus on this match in a couple of weeks. So they can afford to rest players, and I mean, 2 big coaches, 2 top teams. So later on in the show, call us and give us your pick. I'm going to Real Madrid. I mean, I would ask my co-host what's his pick as well, but he's not here. But yeah.
But Ken, what you feel about you saw the semi-final match with Manchester City, losing from the jaws of victory. Yeah. What is your feeling about that match? Because let me tell you something. I don't understand why the English start celebrating so early and allowed so much of the ball to Madrid in the last part of the game. What you thought about how the game was mine? With such a big coach too.
Yeah, I mean, some people said Man City blundered with the changes Pep made. At the time he made changes with the old legs he put on like Fernandinho. But Real Madrid are comeback kings in this Champions League.
What do you feel about Raheem Sterling? What role did he play? Because they brought him on with what in extra time?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, at that point in time,
listen, when you're on the defense, you have a goal to defend. The best defense is a good offense, you know.
Yeah.
And Pep had the man sitting down there and then bring him on after the match was lost.
Pep seems to be Pep is a tactician, but some people say him always tactician him way out of a victory.
I never
And
see it.
the end blunder.
I think him blundered that game,
Last year versus Chelsea, people said he blundered. But I mean, Pep track record is there for us to break it down, and he has an impeccable track record.
And where was
and
the
a top coach?
Where was that? What his name again? The striker, the blonde striker. Can't remember his name now. De Bruyne. Where's Kevin De Bruyne?
He came off.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't see him in the entire match.
In the end, I think it's more of Real Madrid winning than City losing. I give more credit to Madrid winning than City losing. I mean, we all knew that at the end, Real Madrid needed 2 goals. And in the fashion they scored the 2 goals, they not only did it in this round, they did it in the previous round.
85 minutes game.
They came back against PSG. They came back against...
Yeah. But having known that, 85 minutes, you give away the game, that's tough. Ridiculous.
We've seen it before. We've seen where Bayern Munich botched up a finals against Manchester United in 1999 for Man U to win that treble season. And when momentum is with you, in sports, momentum is tough. No matter how good you are.
But you have a match. You have a 2-goal
cushion. Yeah.
You have a 2-goal cushion, and you're going to a match. You're gone 45 minutes, and now you're gone 70-odd minutes. Still have the match in your grasp, and you give it away at that point. And I mean, from the first goal, I'm clearing out balls.
But from that first goal,
the
momentum just come at you. You know, it's.
But you expect coaches supposed to do a better job at
man management and
I think
players here on the field, but he took off certain players, and the players out there, I mean, they're experienced players.
I think Benzema make a dive into that last thing. That looked like a dive to me, You see, skillful strikers. Let me tell you how skillful strikers work, right?
That word skillful.
Yeah, you're going into the box with the ball at your foot, and you feel any contact, you throw your hands in the air and fall. And I think that's what Benzema did. What do you think?
He got the contact.
Yes, he got the contact, but we know you watch basketball. That's what you do.
Yeah, but that tackle that was made was.
I think he went for the ball though. He went for the ball. He got the man.
But he lunged. And at that point in time.
And by the way, Benzema ain't standing up.
No. It's a game of inches, and if you miss
even a slight breeze,
if you mistime that tackle in that position.
It's unfortunate. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Yeah. But
even if I don't think Real Madrid would have lost that match either if that penalty wasn't given. The momentum was going clearly with, and even Benzema was giving the young Brazilian the penalty to score his hat trick. Yeah, and he said no. The season he's having.
I think that Brazilian is a fluke right now. I hear them talking about him. That header was a glance of somebody. It's a fluke. Kid.
But he's not the Brazilian. He's not a fluke. He's a good kid, but he's not the Brazilian.
Which Brazilian used to scoring balls out of the air like that? That ball hit a next man head and hit him. He never knew where that ball went.
Even the first goal that came across.
Yeah.
Benzema was there. Yeah. Did the assist to come across.
Oh, that was a great Leon.
And the man of the match was Courtois. Came up with some saves.
Yes. But it's a great game. I must say though, Champions League.
We expected it.
You can watch Champions League.
Yeah,
that's some good ball.
Of course. We expected it.
Yeah.
The other semi-final wasn't as enthralling, but it was still a good fight from Villarreal to see them come out and play and bring it to Liverpool.
I think that puts the pressure on Liverpool, because Madrid looking a class team now.
Salah said he wanted back Real Madrid. Just to be careful.
I think Mohamed
because of 2 years ago in the final with the whole incident with the Ramos and him dropping on his shoulder.
But this is football, not boxing. It's football, not boxing. Yeah. And Salah making it look like it's boxing. It's not boxing.
So, if Salah say, you prefer Real Madrid, him get Real Madrid. So now, being a big man, you have to show, say, you call out Real Madrid and say you want Real Madrid. Make us see what you have.
Big time.
Because
let's see.
Everybody has thought up Salah, and to me, him still have more for the
Have you seen Salah play a really big game in a big match yet?
All right.
I see Salah in a bug match, like a bug league. But I don't see the greatness of Salah yet.
Yeah, we don't see it yet. We don't see it yet. But it should be a good final. I mean, 2 top teams. Liverpool still can win the EPL. As I said, their focus is here. Focus is there. They're still in to try and win 4 cups. And, I mean, Madrid already won the La Liga. And their focus now is May 28th, and everything is geared towards that. They can save players. Liverpool have to go out there and play. As I said, right now, I'm checking the score. Liverpool and Tottenham is up 1-0 in the 71st minute.
Where are they in the Premiership now?
Tottenham?
No, how's the 4-man chase going for the final?
No, it's between Man City and Liverpool. Man City is up by 1 point with 4 games to go.
Yeah.
Now, this is... If Liverpool won this game, they would go in the lead.
And there will be 2 more games to go, right?
And there will be 3 more games.
3 more games to go. Yeah.
So now, Liverpool is down 1-0. If they lose this match, the title is basically over.
Yeah.
So, right now, Tottenham is probably doing Liverpool a favour.
The English league is very interesting at the top this year. Very interesting at the top this year.
People saying it's the best.
Very disappointed with Man United this year, though. But
I wouldn't say I'm disappointed. I expect it.
They could not do worse, kid.
They're actually doing better to me.
They could not do worse.
If David De Gea,
overall for the year, they could not do worse.
But Man U lost 4 this morning to Brighton.
Really? I didn't see that game.
To Brighton.
Yeah.
Brighton payroll compared to Man U payroll.
Is one man could pay 11.
All right.
Yeah.
What Paulie Pogba is getting.
Yeah.
They're paying Cristiano Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
I mean,
excuse me, I'm gonna go see if we can find our guest.
Yeah, we're supposed to have one of the great table tennis players. I mean, great athletes. Represented Jamaica in golf, squash, table tennis. Orville Husband. We're having some difficulty trying to contact him to see, what's going on now with him. But I mean, our attempts have been futile so far. But hopefully, he'll join us on the show at a later point in time. And a quick note. Also in European football, Europa League finalists are Eintracht Frankfurt and Rangers in the Europa League. I mean, Rangers is represented by a Jamaican international, Kemar Roof. So, I mean, we have to bring Rangers for that final here. So, and then Roma is playing Feyenoord in the Europa Conference League final. It's a new event, new league in the European tier of football in cups. So, Roma versus Feyenoord. I'm going with the Romans. I mean, Jose Mourinho always seems to find a way to win these titles. The title, nonetheless, although it's a new format. Rangers versus Eintracht Frankfurt. I'm going to Rangers. Liverpool versus Real Madrid. I'm going to Real Madrid. Yeah. As I said right now, by the end of the show, we'll have that scoreline for you. But Tottenham is currently leading in the 73rd minute versus Liverpool. Tottenham might be doing Liverpool a favour because I don't think City would lose any more match from here on out, and Liverpool can concentrate on that final versus Real Madrid. But I mean, hey, you want to win all titles and you need to win it. So, Liverpool just equalized. So Liverpool is still in it. Luis Diaz in the 74th minute. But by the end of the segment, we'll have that scoreline for you and see where Liverpool has ended that match. It's a home match, and Liverpool is strong at home. So yeah, so that should round up the football talk for us. And we move forward now to basketball, where we have the conference semifinals in both brackets. Right now, Memphis and Golden State are locked in a 1-1 stalemate. We go to game 3, where it's hosted at Golden State. I have Golden State winning that match today. Bucks versus Celtics going on right now, also at 1-1. That scoreline for you, I'll give you in a second. Bucks is up 24-22 in the second quarter, but we see where Celtics rebound after losing game 1 to Milwaukee. That should be a good defensive tight series, and I mean, I think the finalists should come out of this. So Bucks versus Celtics, I'm still sticking with the Bucks with Giannis. Giannis is proven to be a big player. Phoenix Dallas, we see Dallas winning a match last night. Phoenix was up 2-0. Phoenix top seed going to the finals last year. Dallas responding with a big home victory last night. Now down 2-1, where they go to game 4, looked even to tap the series. Miami, number 1 seed in the East. Miami up 2-1. Philly coming back last night with a victory. With Joel Embiid returning from injury. I mean, you get paid to play, you have to play. So we see Joel Embiid came back and had an impact on the game. Not so much on the offensive end, but his presence is noted on the court. So Miami, Philly, Joel Embiid responded. I still have Miami winning that series. So Miami up 2-1. Next match, home game for Philly. Philly will look to tie the series, but I still have Miami win that series. I have Miami winning that series 4-1. So it should be, to me, a Miami-Milwaukee conference final, a Golden State I'm going with Dallas. I see the upset with Dallas. I mean, people know that Luka Doncic is my player, but Phoenix, Devin Booker, and those kids are doing great things. DeAndre Ayton, I mean, have Jamaican roots. His mother is Jamaican. I always want to see Jamaican diaspora doing well, but I'm still going with Dallas. So the NBA is having some good matches. Don't see any walkovers. It's close. I mean, sorry, my co-host is not here to give his picks, but it's still tight, still close. Golden State, I'll say later on.
Well, I have some bad news. I just spoke to Arvil Aslam. He had a scheduling conflict.
Yeah.
He apparently never got our confirmations, even though I have his confirmation from in the week. But that's how the thing goes. When you're dealing with sportsmen, it is not easy.
Yeah, sportsmen ourselves sometimes it's tough to get through to.
Yeah, but Arvil is the president of the
St. Vincent
and the Grenadines Table Tennis Association, and he's presently on assignment with them. So he's currently addressing some players in some kind of meeting.
Yeah.
He took the time to answer the phone, but I mean, I've been waiting since this morning, so I apologize again to the fans of Arvil. We're gonna try and have him on at some other time. I just spoke to him, but it's a pity.
Yeah, I mean, and if you don't know who Arvil Haslam is, you can look him up. But as I said, he's one of the great athletes out of Jamaica. He represents Jamaica in table tennis, golf, and squash. And
three sports.
Yeah, and he don't play at an amateur level in these sports. I mean, we'd love for him to be on and tell us his whole journey to how you play all these three sports and what he has been through. I've grown up.
Actually, we've been getting questions for Arvil from on the Primal Sports board, and people are talking about his two sports. They think it's two, there's actually three sports.
Three sports, golf.
Yeah, people want to hear from Arvil. So we apologize for the last minute withdrawal.
Yeah,
but we will have him back another time.
Yeah.
And I see here that Roberto Biles, who was supposed to join us for the call, is a little disappointed. So Dino from Primal Sports, we wanted you to surprise Arvil on the air as well. But we will, maybe in the next week or two, we set this up again.
Yeah. I mean, the show must go on, as I said. And we touched on football, we touched on basketball, and those are stuff to watch over the weekend, to watch now, to watch coming up. And I mean, it's jam-packed. Football season coming to a close. And later on in the year, we'll have World Cup. But the club football is coming to a close, and it's exciting. Syria.
Who's leading in the German league?
Bayern Munich. That's wrapped up.
It's always one side in the German league. It's not very competitive.
In the recent times, and I mean, Bayern Munich has about, I think, roughly about 29 trophies thereabout. But hey, Real Madrid have the most titles in Spain. They won this year. I mean, we see where Man City and Liverpool are in a battle. The 2 million clubs are in a battle in Italy. But yeah, Inter Milan came back from a tour of
all the finalists in the World Cup decided now?
Yeah, they're decided.
All is it 30?
No, they will have a playoff, Oceanic playoff.
Right,
decided.
and we have a chance in that, don't?
We Jamaica?
No, CONCACAF.
CONCACAF, yeah.
No, we had no chance 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But is it Costa Rica going to play in that playoff? Who is it?
I think it's Panama, Costa Rica. We have to double check.
One of them. Yeah,
we have to double check. But Jamaica is out. You all know that. The under 17 young girls are out. They lost to USA 4-love, trying to qualify for the under 17 World Cup. But yeah, we look forward to the World Cup in November.
But I think by under 17 you mean under 17 girls.
Under 17, yeah, reggae girls, yeah.
Yeah,
under 17 reggae girls, yeah. I mean, where do we touch next, Peter, before we go into sports commentary in a few minutes? But
all teams are qualified for World Cup in Dubai. Well, is it Dubai or Qatar?
Qatar.
Is it Qatar?
I think there are 2 spots left. We have to double check on that. I'll have that for you in a second.
I think that World Cup is going to be literally very hot and dehydrating.
They have cooling vents in the stadium.
I know, but
the stadiums are high tech, where they're trying to limit that factor.
Yeah,
and the stadiums are built in with, I don't even know how they do it. Engineering you're more on the engineering side, but
I don't have any idea.
They have AC cooling vents throughout the whole stadium to keep the spectators hydrated or the players as well. So the heat shouldn't be a factor in the stadium, on the pitch. Outside and in around, it's different. That's nature. But they are building, I think, 8 stadiums to accommodate the heat, the temperature, and all of that, the humidity, and all of that. So,
all right. Well, let me just prepare myself for sports commentary. I'm just going to collect some messages on the thing, and then we move from country. So I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. So before we have sports commentary, I want to touch I'm not ready to touch on the track and field because some big things happen in track and field. But I'll touch on some tennis. We see the young Spaniard defeating Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic on clay, and it's leading up to the French Open, and he's making strides. So look out for that youngster. And I mean, is this the passing of the guard? Nadal is back from injury, competing, getting ready for Grand Slams. Djokovic is clear to compete. You know, Novak held out and is still there and will be ready to go for another title to tie with Rafael Nadal. And after sports commentary, do remember the phone lines will be open, and the number is 552-7406. I'll announce it again after sports commentary. But we look forward to your calls. Give us a breakdown on any sporting topic, whether it's NBA, Champions League, tennis, Lewis Hamilton going on stage with a lot of rings and jewelry after they're saying no jewelry, but hey, the GOAT is the GOAT. And you're the big man, As I said, big man, a big man, boy, a boy. But yeah.
So let me do sports commentary now.
Yeah.
Welcome one and all, sports commentary for today. Last week I got criticized because sports commentary was very short, but I did raise the subject that Kane, I don't know if you know this, but today is the anniversary of Primal Sports. 1 year Primal Sports been on the air.
Yeah.
And we have to thank you, the viewers, for supporting Primal Sports. We have to big up Gaddafi for running things, and Naima for running things and allowing us this platform. This platform allows us, and by extension you, to say what you really feel about sports wherever you are in the world. So today is a very exciting day for me because UFC 274 is taking place somewhere in the mid USA. But on the ticket today, Charles Oliveira from Brazil is going to fight Justin Gage. And what a fight this is promising to be, because Oliveira is one of the great submission experts. He has the highest percentage rate of submissions, and he's been quite weathered and has become quite a fighter now. Justin Gage is a knockout man. And so the fight is going to depend on whether Oliveira is able to pin Gage or Gage is going to knock him out. It's going to be a very exciting fight. And similar to that, the second fight on it. And I need to say what my pick is because I've been going 100% on UFC. So let's see if we can keep this going. True. But I think Oliveira is going to choke out Gage in about the 4th round. But it's going to be a blustering affair. But I pick Oliveira to choke out Gage, to submit him. And in the co-main event, Rose Namajunas is going to fight against Esparza. Now, Esparza won the first female Ultimate Fighting Championship. And Esparza choked out Namajunas, who is now the champion. So it's a kind of a rematch with the roles reversed. But I think Namajunas is going to lose. I think being a knockout artist or whatnot, I don't see her knocking out Esparza. Esparza is going to choke her out. So my bet is on the two chokers to choke out the two punchers in UFC 274. Running at 100% so far. So it would be a good idea to put your money on the controversy, boss. So today, a little boy who Kane Watson pointed out to me a couple months ago was going to be the coming man in lawn tennis. Carlos Alcaraz. Now everybody's on the bandwagon now, Kane, but you told me about this guy from early o'clock. So they're welcome to the bandwagon. Primal Sports said it first. Carlos Alcaraz has now beaten two of the greatest on clay. Nadal. He took out Nadal and he's now beaten the Djokovic, which makes him more than the coming man. Yeah. He's probably the present man. And we saw him first, but you're welcome to him. I think he's a gift to tennis. His forehand down the line shot is so hard that if you're not in position, it's going to go past you. Now, on to athletics. This morning, I watched the Kip Keino Classic. is it Namibia? In Kenya. In Kenya. And I watched Shelly Ann running against Mboma. But let's talk about Mboma first. She's been running some awesome times. Did I say she? That might have been a mistake. But Mboma has been running some awesome times against the women. And I predicted that she was going to break the 200-meter record. She was going to break 200-meter record. It's unfortunate that she had a hamstring strain today and therefore is not able to I mean, let's hope she recovers quickly. But I don't know if athletics will recover from this season if Mboma is allowed to run or continue to run, because Shelly Ann did extraordinarily well to record the fastest time of the year. 10.67 is not an easy race. I'm going to talk some more about easy races. But when I saw Mboma on the track, she looks physically different than the other runners. Her shoulders are broader than mine, broader than your skin. And that's what's required, eh? Her jawline is stronger than mine, stronger than yours. I don't think Mboma is a lady. I think Mboma is a dude. But then again, you want to know the big surprise? In the 200 meters, another runner was going down the race, and I'm saying, is that Mboma? It looked like a guy going very ragged and running with a lot of muscle and power and ran away from the ladies. The name of that runner is Sani from another country called Niger. And again, when she win the 200 meters, it's another one of them. Kane, what do I mean another one of them? It's another person of dubious gender. Believe it or not.
Another one.
And it's another one. And I think the Africans are doing something. Come on, African people. You found a shortcut to the medals. Because Sani does not look like a lady to me. She runs like a man. And I hear she was one of those who was also disqualified from running 400 and above. So I want to ask a question. Why is it illegal for Mboma and Sani to run 400 meters, 800 meters and above, and they put them down in the 200 meters to run against our girls? Is something wrong? That's not athletics, man. Something unusual is happening. These transgender people of undisputed gender, they are dubious gender, they are dominating sprinting. And I said it last year, I'm gonna say it again. People say I like controversy, but this is obviously something that is going to be a problem for athletics. Sha'Carri, what can we say about Sha'Carri? Sha'Carri withdraw from the people them race. Again, maybe she knew she not ready, but she talked up a storm last year. And we have been looking forward to her, and she's missing from athletics. She's making a lot of money from not running, but she's withdrawn again. Today, the 100 meters was supposed to be a stellar affair. Lamar Jacobs was supposed to run against Kersey and others, including Omanyalo, and he withdrew as well. Very disappointing. But guess what now? A little man that I've never heard of before, African champion, ran 9.85. And I think he would have probably gone faster if Lamar was in the race. The world record, look on the threat. Is at high altitude, this whole thing was done, you know. But the world record looked like it would have been under threat. I'm disappointed that Lamar withdrew. I'm disappointed that Sha'Carri withdrew. You know, congrats to the Africans. Yeah. But, you know, I must also congratulate the Africans. I know the commentary is going a little long, but it has to be long this week.
Yeah.
Did you know that nobody paid to go in the event in Kenya?
It's free?
It was free. The Kenyan government decided that they want a full stadium because they want the athletes to perform. And I saw that Omanyano, the African 100-meter man, he was buoyed by the presence of the crowd. We had Curvita Games 2 weeks ago, Kane. Why did we charge people to go inside the stadium?
Free. It was free on the last day.
Was free?
Yeah, on the last day.
Last day, but no, blow out the thing.
Yeah.
Freeness is what we want. the guy who was running Digicel said, Jamaicans love freeness. We love freeness. Give us freeness. We should have had it should have been free. Shelly Ann, when she was asked what you know, she was boosted by the cheers. She was received well and warmly by the crowd. Athletics should be free. Government of Jamaica, give it to us, man. Make it free. So I just have a ton of topics this week. I'm sorry. But that 10.49 from Flojo,
yeah,
I have an explanation. We're going to do some analysis.
Yeah.
I hate to think that. I don't think it was steroids. She may have been taking steroids. She may have been taking drugs. The fact that she died suddenly in her sleep, it could be something there. But I'm going to tell you what took place. In that semifinals where she ran that 10.49, all right, in that event, the entire day, the wind speeds were high.
Yeah.
The wind speeds were up and down, up and down, up and down. All of a sudden, everybody in Flojo's race ran a personal best. Did you know that?
Yeah.
All runners ran a personal best. What was the speed on the anemometer, which measures wind speed? 0.00. Wind speed malfunction. Wind speed malfunction.
And then there was a long jump run doing at the same time, and the wind speed for the long jump was like over 2. I think
I saw that.
4, yeah?
And I went through and I looked on what the wind would have likely been, the average wind speed at that day. Everybody was getting wind speeds. The men's event was like 5 meters per second, you know.
4.
It's very unlikely that that entire race was run at 0.0.
Only for that race, there was a 0.
That was the only race run thing there. So I am highly suspicious. And by the power of deductive reasoning, I think that Flojo was blown to that record. What you say, King?
It was boosted to that record.
Yeah, that was a boosted thing. And speaking of thing there, we're not running from the controversy this week. Why are there so many gay women in football, Ken? Why there's a percentage of gay women, maybe 3% of women gay. Why is it 40% of women in football are gay? Well, you can't say it, but I can say it. Something is wrong. And, Coach Vin Blaine might feel something wrong. And he may have said something. And the girls wrote some letters. And Vin Blaine is in trouble.
You have to be professional.
But let me tell you this, kid. I feel that if the girls wrote a letter, want to remove the coach. One bag of reasons why they want to remove the coach. But, and I see another coach, Mr. Edwards, who coached Barbican, Charlie, saying that, we have no choice but to change the coach. I disagree. I think that any day you make the tail wag the dog, or you make the women get together and say, we want the coach out, because the coach has made a statement that he should have been more diplomatic about gays overrepresented in football. And probably overrepresented in the reggae girls, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that under no circumstances, JFF should allow the tail to wag the dog. You got to lead. You can't allow the women to overturn the apple cart and decide who they want coaching them. And finally, I looked at the world rankings for 100-meter men, and I was trying to say in the top 10, there's no Jamaican. Only to find out in the top 20, there's no Jamaican. In the top 10, in the 200 meters, there's no Jamaican male. What is happening to the men? I think that it might have to do with these pants I see the youths wearing nowadays. They're very tight. I don't know. I don't want to say what it is. You can probably come up with reasons for it, but my goodness me, man. No Jamaican. We are the world record holders in the relay, And you're telling me we can't, to be a world record holder in the relay, and we can't find one man in the top 20 men. In fact, I think Johan Blake is number 28. That's a disgrace. We shall do better. Well, that's sports commentary for today. A little long, but I apologize. But what say you?
Yeah. I mean, to touch on the last point of the controversy, boss, we have some youngsters coming up in 100 meter. I mean, young Akeem Blake, we're looking forward to. Others, we expect them to step up to the plate and wave that flag high for Jamaica. Hopefully they break through, but right now, the females are carrying the flag high. So hopefully this season we have a young male breaking through the ranks. But for right now, it's tough. I don't know about the tight pants thing that Peter touched on, but yeah. And please remember, the phone lines are now open. The number is 1876 552 7406. Feel free to call in on any sporting topic and just give us your take. I mean, it could be about what controversy boss spoke about a while ago. Could be about anything. Just feel free to go ahead and break it down for us. I mean, yeah, to touch on what Peter said. I mean, where do I even start? I could start with tennis. I could start with the track and field. I mean, I'll go up to the track and field where Shelly ran 10.67, season opener. Superb time, superb running. It was in high altitude. Give or take. That hint that made the time a bit fast. We saw where the other people in the race ran personal best 11:02 thereabouts, but it's still a strong season opener for Shelley, given that it's high altitude. But this shows that she's prepping. She's not at the peak for the World Championships in July. So to open with 10.67, I mean, this season, wow, the race with she and Elaine Thompson, and we have youngsters coming up, Shaker Jackson, again, hopefully Mboma and Malinga is fit. We like to see competition. Shakari, we want Shakari in the race, but I mean, Shelley and Elaine should just, hopefully the world record, that same 10.49 by Flojo can go this year. I mean, it's a dubious record, but it's still the record nonetheless. I mean, we see two juniors last week running 19.49 to break the under 20 200 meter record, 19 from USA. And we see African running 9.96 to break the 100 meter under 20 record from 9.97 held by Travian Bramwell. 9.96 is now the under 20 record. Another African. So the Africans coming strong in the sprints. And I mean, that's good for track and field. And the competition is just getting better and better. No sign of Lamar Jacobs yet, but hey, Country Boss can deal with that. But track and field season is gearing up. We see meets every weekend. We have a meet in where is it? Maryland in the States, where Brianna Liston and other youngsters will be competing. But track and field season is booming. It's booming. So yeah.
But what do you think about that Lamar Jacobs withdrawal at the last minute? He was there, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you think about that last minute withdrawal? He says he had stomach cramps in the morning and decided to withdraw. But you know, Dale, I can't. We have played sports, and I mean, I've been in El Salvador playing CSC games, and they hooked me up on drip the night. Yeah. So bad was the diarrhea and the dysentery, whatever it was. That I had to compete for Jamaica, and I don't cry about it.
Yeah, you
turn up and do your thing. That's part of the character of the thing. Yeah, but Jacob's been doing some serious talking. His management team saying they expect world record to be broken and all kind of thing. They're training in a special.
That's a hype it up. You have a hype it up.
That's a hype.
Cause I see the training video with him and.
Yes, I'm running
in that tube. And
yeah.
I'm running like him being pulled by a sled and wind resistance and
all kind of science.
I hear talking about 9.4, but it's good for the
And then he went and won the world indoor. It was at 60 meters, the thing, and he beat Christian Coleman. So Lamar Jacobs. Marcel is a delicious prospect that him going to be challenging the world record, but no. I think that African man I saw today looked like the real deal. Yeah. It was at altitude. Yeah. It was a great opportunity to break the world record, you know. Yeah. Think about it. It's like Mexico City. You remember when them...
But I don't even think those...
Rarefied here?
Yeah, record should be... our first caller for the day. Hold on. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal Sports.
Yes, good day.
Good day. Who is this? Who am I speaking with? Cooley, all right, Cooley. All right, we go that LS Cooley. What's your sporting topic for the day?
Well, I'm actually just calling and talk about the Champions League most definitely.
Okay, this is my good friend Cooley, a Man City fan. My Man City brethren Cooley. Oh yeah, I was expecting this call. Tell us the world about your team, Man City.
It's words can't describe, words can't explain. It is a huge disappointment. It's one of them look a freak moment then in a football.
Yeah.
A minute 2 cameo, and trust me, I don't know what's happening. We imagine riding their luck. They're riding their luck, but you know they're the king of this competition.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's not no coincidence that they have won 13 championship.
Yeah. But break down that match first.
No. I expect more from a Man City man than that. Yeah. Tell me what you feel about the coach. What do you feel about the coach? Yeah.
Well, everyone is blaming the coach, but I don't blame the coach. Sometimes I'm overthinking. But when I think about it, really, what the coach could have done right here in order minute there.
I think him could have killed off the game. From the first goal score, him could have killed off the game right there, so.
Yeah.
City could have killed off the game from the previous week inside 25 minutes.
Also true. Also true.
Yeah.
And that's what football just like about. That's why this game is so passionate and painful and it's real.
Yeah. I can feel your hurt. I can feel it.
You don't take your chances.
Yeah.
You're paid.
Yeah. Life
I
lessons.
agree.
Life lessons from a Man City fan.
You understand me?
Yeah.
But we did well. And the players, they really give them all. Because if you look throughout the season, Pep always do stuff like that, you know. When they bring on Fernandinho, I kill off the game.
Yeah.
When they bring on Gundogan, it was tactical.
Yeah.
And I just keep Gundogan more sit off and allow Bernardo Silva to push forward. And right after Kevin De Bruyne come off, the goal scored.
Yes.
Everybody up there, boy, shouldn't bring up Kevin De Bruyne. Whoa, we walk too long.
That was my feeling.
Yeah. So you thought he made changes to kill off the game, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, it just didn't pay off for us.
Yeah.
And everyone is blaming the Pep coach.
I wouldn't blame Pep.
I don't blame him on this occasion. Sometimes he overthink it.
Yeah.
But the man is super.
Me have a question. Why Sterling only get 2 minutes out of the entire fixture?
To be honest, him really playing good again as of lately.
But
when I think about it, who really going to come and play for Maris? Big occasion player.
Yeah, Maris scored.
We never stop run.
Yeah, Phil Ford, yeah.
Playing on the team. Pep have to find a way for play him. So even if Gundogan start, Bernardo Silva, I'll just put him on the wing.
Yeah. Yeah, Phil Ford is a workhorse.
Big as of late, him being one of the most outstanding players for us all season.
Yeah.
And we still have the Premier League just to take a shame out of it.
Yeah. So, with Liverpool dropping points today, drawing 1-1.
It is pleasing and I'm feeling happy. It's still haven't over. We should expect it to win because look at 2018, Liverpool did win about 11 or so game, but City win 14 straight.
Yeah.
And then I will still be like, you say all these two teams for the past 4 or 5 seasons have really
raised the bar.
Raised the bar high.
Yeah, they're playing quality football.
Back in the days, you could have used 82, 70 odd points are in the league sometimes.
Yeah.
Now you have to come up with minimum 95 there about.
Well, the good thing about City, they seem to be running their town. Manchester seems to be blue. So I mean, you can take that.
You cannot go about that.
I'm sure I'm gonna have a Man United caller after you.
Sometimes the tables turn. Back in the days, we used to be Manchester United shadows.
Yeah,
true.
Our shadows.
Yeah.
True.
They're not even near.
Yeah.
The points standing can't tell you.
And the quality on the pitch.
This season, 19 points, 2017.
I mean, man, you got 4 love from Bright this morning.
Wow, that is shocking. I
don't think I know Brighton can give Manchester City 4 love.
No, that's a serious result.
4 love is a whopping, you know.
Manu was lucky. They should have done 6.
I'm sure the Man U fans are glad that City are out of Champions League.
But I have to give them a reminder that we will be there next season again.
But
they will be coming at Thursday night at the fight.
Yeah, they will be in Europa League for sure. So
this will be our 14 years straight in the Champions League.
Yeah, Man City is a powerhouse now.
For the past decade.
Yeah.
And we've been playing some of the most scintillating and beautiful football there is to be.
That's a fan, you know. That's a fan. Hold on, that's a fan.
This is a true Man City fan. The only one I really know.
Manchester City.
Yeah.
Every 2-3 words. You don't know nothing.
Because I mean, you're in my contacts and I see a status before every Man City match, and I know who is the starting 11 from you.
That's one thing really lacking us is to get over the line in the
Champions League.
And when we know, we will be winning maybe another 2-3 thereabout because City must win a Champions League.
So
there is no doubt about that.
back to the league. So you're calling the league over now, seeing that Liverpool drop points?
Well, we don't have anything else to play for, is it?
Yeah,
so we have to go full force.
Is it? So it's over?
No, you mean in it.
Edit. So
Yeah, Newcastle will be getting a smashing tomorrow.
6+.
Yeah, that's
They're going to take it out and pour like a Newcastle tomorrow.
I go watch that.
That's another thing what I love most about my team. They can do the stats, they can check it out. Every time we're in a bad moment, we drop points there about, because that's what in the moment bad, we lose a match, we come back roaring again. They can't keep on Manchester City.
Okay.
This team is just so good at the moment. Until we win the Champions League, my boys cannot turn up, become more louder. It will be louder.
And I know you're quite loud.
All right, call us next week, Coley. We want to hear what you have to say after this week's football, all right?
Yeah, man, no problem. I respect. You know, a Primal call at halftime. Primal that thing.
Yeah, man, Primal. Primal at them. Primal is vital.
All right, respect.
Respect for the call, Coley. Yeah, man.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah. I mean, a true one.
That's a super fan, man.
Trust me.
Say they play
I know him personally, and he's
yeah.
a City fan. Even when you check his status before the match, if I don't know who Man City is,
you have a next call.
you have a next caller coming in. Keep the calls coming in, people. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal Sports. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, man. Good afternoon, guys. How you doing?
Good afternoon. How you doing, Mr. Madden?
Not bad at all.
No,
Not bad at all. My nemesis just called me, man.
Oh, yeah. I forget that you watch football. You still watch football, seeing that your team is kind of playing netball out there now. I'm not even sure what to really call it. But, I mean, you are a Manchester United fan, right?
You know, once I heard, always I heard it. Now we're talking about the Red Devils here, not the walk.
The true Reds are Liverpool. If you ask certain people, the true Reds.
No. Once a true United fan, always.
United fan. Oh, okay. Like United Airlines. Don't speak properly for me, please.
I mean, I was asleep for this morning's match, so I woke up to the bad news.
No, you don't lose any sleep watching that team of yours, please.
Indeed, you know?
Please do not lose any sleep. You're a good friend of mine. Do not lose any sleep.
Did Ronaldo play? Ronaldo play? He played?
Do not lose any sleep watching. Yeah.
I mean,
give us your take.
Happens to the best of us, you know. We all go through a rebuilding phase. Always taking a bit longer than we would hope, but we'll get there. I mean, don't worry, man.
So you're telling me you're calling me to talk about Manchester United with so much sporting news going? Okay, because man is irrelevant at this point.
Because my nemesis just came off.
Oh, okay. You have to defend. Yeah.
I just want to remind him that, you know, it's currently blue, but don't worry, man, we'll be back.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, I mean, you guys touched on a lot of interesting things. The track is hot, indeed.
Yeah, man, the track was exciting today.
Yes, man, and congrats to Shelly-Ann on her beautiful season opening.
Yeah, man, that girl Shelly-Ann, yeah.
Second.
Yeah. But Ilian had a good opening. Ilian was world leading up to that point, no?
No, I think it was Malinga, Mboma.
You sure about that?
I'm not sure.
And I think Ilian opened about a week ago or so, and
it
was a very easy run. Yeah.
Yeah, but last week, if it's not Mboma, it's Malinga run 10-8-7.
But the bottom line is the girls are running well.
Yeah,
so it's a great season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Paulton, what happened to the man them? What's your theory?
That's what I was saying earlier, boy. We're hoping for a breakthrough. It look rough on the side of the guys. I don't know what's going on over there, but we need to see some talent coming through.
I don't.
Honestly, at the high school level of the champ,
I have a theory about that, that I was gonna.
real potential.
Paulton, I have a theory I was gonna do in my next sports commentary, because I don't think that these guys who are winning at the champs level are going to be the guys who will be winning at the pro level. I don't think
on the
so.
male side.
I think it has to do with female mature earlier than men. And therefore champs might be a good indication of who will be a good pro for women. But in my opinion, and because in my own life, my growth spurt took place very late,
Same with me.
And I don't know if the guys who we are putting forward to run, Like, I see some little small guys winning at champs. Those guys are not going to be the guys at the pro level. Watch and see.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. And the thing with champs too that I've always believed, particularly with the traditional high schools, I think they need to revisit the program. I think there's too much weights involved in their program. They need to do more free training, body training, because I feel like these guys are peaking, so to speak, at way too young an age, right?
Peaking?
By external sources, so to speak.
No, peak. What do you mean by peaking at too early? I don't understand that.
In terms of muscle development,
I mean,
I feel like.
but the sport requires requires it.
I don't know if is there some science to what you're saying, Paulton? Because usually in science, in science, we try to have what you call a control.
Yeah.
So you will have some people doing weights, some people not doing weights, and we compare them and all this kind of thing. What are you basing your theory on? What science?
Well, it's really just the track record of the males in our sport so far,
One of our hosts here, he's not present at the moment, said that some city schools focus on weights, while country schools do not. And that's why the great athletes are coming from the country.
I believe. That's a philosophy I believe.
You agree with that, Kim?
No, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. That's rubbish.
If you look at these city athletes, they tend to be injury prone way earlier than these country athletes.
Everybody gets injured.
They develop some form of ailment that takes them out of the
Hold on. So what you're saying, Paulton, is countryman stronger than townman?
Well, you could put it that way.
Rubbish.
As being a countryman myself.
Yes, I know. That's what
That's not what I'm saying.
Most of your life you live in Kingston more than country. I think you're a true Kingstonian now.
No man. You know, it's like with Manchester United. You know, not because you leave the city, you're going to leave the team. Come on.
I don't know what you say.
I see the connection.
So you're saying that, I get what you're saying. Run it by me again. So you're saying that the male athletes lift too much weight too early?
What I find is that the programs that seem to be weight focused tend to have athletes that burn out a lot sooner than the programs that appear not to be.
But all the programs have weights in every school. The sport requires it.
But how stringent are their weight programs?
But do you know their programs? Talking off on.
I've seen a few, but I can't say for a fact that.
So what you have is a theory. You're
saying that KC, JC, Calabar lift too much weight. And that's why them don't make it in the long run, because they dominated champs and they don't make it in the long run.
Essentially, where are they now?
No, but I'm saying, out of all the sprinters coming up, how much of these schools win the sprint championships? I mean, last year, Edwin Allen cleaned up the sprints. The year before, it used to be Camperdown. It's not only these schools, it's the no-name schools that usually run good in the 1 and 2. Who in the 1-2 this year?
No, that's fine.
Edwin Allen.
Like I say, they used to be Camperdown.
Yeah. But I'm saying they never really, KC, JC, and Calabar never dominated the sprints. Calabar had a short stingent with Christopher Taylor, but he did 4.
Even those programs that you mentioned, like Camperdown and well, maybe not so much Edwin Allen, but Camperdown and what's his name? Ellen Rose?
Ronaldo Rose. Yeah.
Ronaldo Rose, sorry. What happened to Ronaldo Rose? I mean, I know he's now coaching.
But he's not, he was never a big athlete. He was never muscular.
Well, he may not have appeared physically muscular, but he was dominant in the 100 meter.
Yeah. And
as far as where Camperdown is one of those traditional weight-focused programs.
No, they're not weight-focused. You have to lift weights. You're saying that you're making it sound like they have to cut out the weight program.
I'm not saying to cut out in entirety, but I'm saying be less dependent.
I think that the reason why these athletes get injured is because it's don't have to do with weight. It's because they don't recuperate or take care of the body as well as females.
All right, Paulton.
It don't have nothing to do with weight.
Hold on. We're going round in circles. What's the next topic, Paulton?
I want to say one final thing on that. The weights are not necessarily a bad thing, but there has to be maintenance. There has to be sustenance.
They're not lifting to be weightlifters. You have to lift weights to run. You have to lift weights to run. You have to lift weights.
Yeah,
And they're not lifting to be bodybuilders.
Once they have graduated that high school chapter of their lives.
I think it's more the physiotherapy side of the training is more the issue. How they recover, how they recuperate, how they rest. The coach can't be there rest and be like,
let me ask you a question. Do you think these athletes were overworked because they changed the schedule
I think
it's not as bad as it used to be, right?
I think it's
No, this just actually seemed
they can cope with it. I think they can cope with it. But I don't think weights have to do with it's just injuries, and injuries come about. And the sport is explosive. Athletes will get injured, and the better athletes, the more explosive athletes are more prone to injury. If I can run 14 seconds, I'm not going to get injured. But if I'm running 10-2 at that age, I am prone to get injured because I am fast and I'm explosive and my body don't recuperate well because the physiotherapy level might not be up to the coaching level or my training level. We do have professional physiotherapists and we cannot maintain it, and in terms of focus on all the athletes to be like, yo, you need to do this and do this. Ice pack, therapy, and be like, oh, I'm going to run and get up and run tomorrow.
But Kane, is high school athletics doing so much damage that people can matriculate to become big professional adult athletes? Is it that terrible? Is it that bad?
The transition is tough.
It's tough?
The transition is tough from junior to senior.
I need to ask somebody like Juliet Cuthbert.
Yeah, when I get a track, or Danielle Dowie, she's a national representative. Yeah. And how the transition is.
I need
in terms
to
of
understand it.
the weight program from when you're a junior to a senior, because even she went through injury in her time in her senior career. She wasn't probably injured at a junior.
Right,
all athletes get injured and how they recuperate. Ewan Blake has not recovered to this day, and he was injured at senior level. And Ewan Blake is the second fastest man all time. And his injury, we see it now, and we say, no, Ewan Blake gets so, but his injury and he can't recover. And he was a prodigy in high school. And Ewan Blake lifted from high school.
Yeah, but he's definitely muscle bound now, though. You will agree.
No, but he was muscle bound from ever since.
No, man, when he was going Jago, he was a light little youth, man. I remember him. He wasn't not as big as him is now.
But all right then. But him lift weights and him get fast.
Yeah, he got faster.
I'm a lift weights from high school.
As a matter of fact, the African guy who won the race today, seriously muscle bound.
All right.
Seriously.
The guy that run 996 and break the under 20 world record.
Yeah.
From Trayvon Bramwell. And Trayvon Bramwell, I lift weights from high school.
Yeah.
So you tell me about weight, everybody going to get, it's your recuperation after lifting the weight.
I don't accept we're doing any more weights than anybody else.
I don't think we're doing weights more than anybody else.
Paulton, let me just point out something here. Leave out the country versus town situation. Yeah. Americans are doing more weights than us.
Yes, Americans doing more weights.
They are doing more weights than us. And by the way, they're doing more chemicals than us. Hold on. Paulton. No, but Paulton, the point I'm making is, if we're talking about use of weights, etc., the US exceeds us by far. And their junior athletes are becoming pro athletes. More than ours are. So that can't be the reason.
As I said, it's not about the weight itself, it's about the maintenance and sustenance once you're exiting the junior level. Right now, with the American track program, there's a lot more funding and backing, right? So really, it comes down to a financial thing for our juniors trying to transition to the seniors.
So you rubbish the theory of weights then?
You change your theory then?
You rubbish the theory of weights then?
No, I'm saying, given that we have that limitation, then possibly we could look into minimizing the weights, the level of...
You cannot run 10.2 if you don't lift weights. You cannot run 10.2 seconds. As a male athlete, well, females can't run 10.2 as yet.
So look at, let's look at the 200 for a minute. Are you telling me that you believe that Bolt was lifting a whole lot of weights when he set that to a junior record?
Whole lot of weights? Bolt cannot run that time if he don't lift weights. You cannot run sub 20 if you're not lifting weights. You have to lift weights. It's an explosive sport. You have to lift weights. It's an explosive sport. You have to lift weights. You cannot run sub 10. You cannot run sub 20 if you don't lift weights. So the weight series is rubbish. It's how much weight you lift and how you maintain all of that. And these people are not lifting weights to be bodybuilders. They're lifting weights for their sports. They have top coaches, top people around them. They have training schedules. I've seen a book of how a gym program of a sprinter and how they lift weights. All them go through it. Some get injured and some don't get injured. Why is that? It's what they do in between, how they recuperate, how they manage your body, and what your body can manage. So some athletes will get injured and some won't get injured. But you have to lift weights. You can't say, all right, don't lift weights. You have to lift weights.
Fair enough.
You have to.
We'll agree to leave it there.
All right.
Weights thing is a real thing.
Yeah.
Right? Onto the basketball though. I like your picks. As you say, I'm sorry your colleague isn't here to give his picks this week. Personally, I just want to say it is interesting and fun to watch the Golden State matchup.
Yeah.
Because being my friend, you know that Steph Curry is my guy, but you also know that I believe Ja Morant just might be the future of the league. Yeah. So it's a fun matchup to watch, and I look forward to the end. Yeah, of course, I believe Golden State will take it. My picks from last week hasn't changed. Phoenix is off to a great start, so Dallas may be in trouble. As I said, if Booker is back, Phoenix will be looking good. So I might expect Phoenix to edge Dallas out on that side, but that would be the only change to my picks. Even with Giannis doing the things he's doing right now to Boston, I still think Boston will pull through.
You're picking Boston?
Yeah, man, I'm still picking Boston. Still picking Golden State. Phoenix, Dallas is a toss-up for me. And on the other side, what was the other side again?
Miami, Philly.
Yeah, still going at Miami. Yeah.
Still going Miami.
Philly seems to have arrived at the party now. Yeah. Still going at Miami.
Okay. All right. Not bad. Well, I have, as I said before, Golden State, Dallas, Milwaukee, Miami. So let's see how it pans out. I'm going for Dallas with the upset. I have to throw upset in the mix. And I'm going with my boy Lucas. So yeah.
We're going with Dallas. All right. I mean, Giannis looks good, but as I said, I don't see him doing it for the whole series. So yeah. Let's see.
By next week we'll have more on basketball, and feel free to call in.
Let's see if we can really put the team on his back all the way.
All right, Mr. Madden. Thanks for the.
And on to the world of tennis. One last thing I want to touch on is the lawn tennis and Alcaraz. I mean, like you guys said, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, back to back.
So Nadal and Djokovic
on clay, back to back.
Especially Nadal.
Yeah, but Nadal is just coming back from injury. But even so, you saw the score lines with him and Djokovic, how close it was, and we know Djokovic is strong mentally. So I mean, to pull off that victory in that manner.
One thing I like watching Alcaraz doing. He seems like a very strong mental player.
Yeah, man. And you know, we're keen on the mental fortitude of athletes, because you have to have the mindset and the mental fortitude to make it in sports.
In any league.
Yeah.
Man.
In life.
Definitely.
In life. And sports show that sports is life. Yeah, sports is life.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, as usual, guys, great listening, great program. Sorry Arbil couldn't make it to today's show. I was looking forward to that. But I mean, as you say, these things happen in the world of sports.
Yeah.
We look forward to hearing again.
And the show must go on.
The show must go on. Keep up the good work, guys.
All right. Respect.
All right, man. Cool.
All right, cool. All right, another hot topic debate on weightlifting, this burnout of athletes, young junior athletes. If the youths are lifting too much weights, why they're not transitioning, why the females are transitioning better than the males to the senior level. We see where the athletes that perform on the big stage at champs on the male side tend to burn out or not make it as often or as much as we'd like. We see so much promise. We see you name it, we mentioned Ronaldo Rose. I mean, you know, Tess Valati. You have a host of names that produced super fast time at champs and didn't make it to the senior career level. My co-host probably is on the same side as Mr. Madden, where they say it's weights. I don't think it's weights. But we need to come up with a theory or a scientific basis of why, how, and then fix that issue, because we want to be world beaters, not only on the male side, but on the female side. And remember, the phone lines are still open. Feel free to call. The number is 1876-552-0656. 7406. I want to apologize again for our guests that should have been here today, Mr. Orville Alvin. I know a lot of people was looking forward to hear from him, to hear his journey, what he's doing now and all of that. One of the great athletes out of Jamaica. As I said, he represented Jamaica in table tennis, squash, and golf. A lot of people probably didn't know the golf part, but I've met him personally. I mean, nice gentleman, and I'm sure he could have given us, I mean, a lot of knowledge of how it is to be a professional athlete, and I mean, just the journey and what it was then to what it is now, because he's still active in sports in administration in St. Vincent and Grenadines, and he is a legend in sports in Jamaica. We have our next caller here coming in. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal Sports.
It's a Prime Saturday, right?
Prime Saturday. You know, hashtag. Yeah, this is our 1 year anniversary. If you was listening before, big up to the Primal team again. I mean, the production team here, production team over in the States, all the Primal crew, all the Primal shows. Primal is vital. The Golson, Mr. Golson, what is the sports topic for us today? God. God, come on.
You guys said it, I think you guys said it all, man. You guys covered the entire week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a busy week.
It's been a busy week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very busy week. I didn't get a chance to share this with most race, but by the likes of what I'm hearing, I need to go on.
Yeah, it's a good race.
If you want to see an interesting race, watch the 200-meter women. And tell me that the winner is a female. I'd love to hear your opinion on that.
You're not going to that road.
No, man, I was shocked when I saw the running form and the power. It reminded me of Mboma, but I knew Mboma was injured. Yeah.
So you remember when I said this thing about the transgender and sports? It's a very big thing, and it's not just sports-wise.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are looking at it as sports, but it's going to escalate.
Yes.
Beyond sports, it's going to be a part of your life. For example, this person went to tell a woman pregnant and got a couple women pregnant. It's actually a man.
Really? I never heard that one, yeah.
Yeah,
that's news to me.
So if I am a man and I say I'm a woman, and I carry myself as a woman, and I commit a crime, so which prison would I go to?
Yeah, it can't be up to you to define your sex. Yeah. It can't be up to you. There is something about the chromosomes and the testes and testicles and the organs that tell us whether you're a man or a woman.
Yep.
There are certain physical traits that men have that women don't. And the physical trait I saw in the 200-meter in Kenya is a man.
Yeah.
Is a man. And I tell you something, you see these governing bodies, they need to govern.
Yeah.
They need to govern. They're a set of cowards, because what they're saying is that we're not taking that decision because we're afraid of lawsuits or publicity or whatnot. You saw what happened in swimming? There's a man who was on the men's team, couldn't make the top 20.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's the fastest woman swimmer now. He changed to a woman and beating up all the women.
Yeah, he couldn't make it in the top 40, I think he was his rank.
Taller than them. He's 8 inches taller than, yeah.
To me, I think that is what the men are doing now. If they can't make it in the men's sport,
yes.
Hey, I'm a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is how they want to make their money, because they know that, hey, I have to eat. So if I have to be a woman to get my money, I'm going to be a woman.
Yeah.
So it's weird that sports has gone to this level. And I was praying that the powers may be just looking into it and either just have a transgender. I
have a transgender games. I agree. But what is it about?
You're probably promoting more transgender people to switch over. I mean, if you can't make it to Olympic final, and I mean to make money, because people are driven by making money.
Yeah.
And if you can't make it, then you probably see more people switching their sex. That's what you want to promote.
You remember race? You remember race?
Because to have a transgender athlete games, you'd have to have a host of athletes. You have 8 people.
Yeah.
So you probably just have a final. But then you want rounds and you want people. So you'd have a host of transgender athletes coming out and to have a transgender games. Would you sit and watch a transgender games? You wouldn't? Okay.
Maybe
Well, one thing is sure enough, they are ruining women's sports. They are ruining women's sports.
That is the thing. They are ruining women's sports. Because who are they allowed to compete against and why? And if you're allowing this, why not just make everybody compete then? Man, woman, everybody just run down the track. Everybody's different. There's no division. But they're ruining women's sports because even the women that now would have won are now down the pecking order, just with the athletes, cyclists, swimming. And they're losing to athletes that used to be a man and now identify themselves as women. They shouldn't be allowed to compete with women. Women should be allowed to compete with women.
It's a very big thing, and I think they need to just...
So as I said, the solution would probably be to have a transgender games.
Yeah, that's the only part. That is where it's going to lead. I think that is...
And then now, who going to sponsor this? Who going to watch this? Because sports is a business, you know. And sports is driven by spectators. You have to have spectators. You have to have competitors. How many competitors are you going to have? Not every transgender person is an athlete. Or is willing to be an athlete. And then, you know, what are the limitations? Because, you know, they have to take medications. They have to do this. What rules you're going to govern them by? They have to be totally different from a men's rule versus a woman's rule where, I mean, even a drugs list. There'd probably be a different drugs list to be a transgender athlete. And then now FIFA going to be governing a transgender World Cup games. Where are we heading to? What I mean, it's people are allowed to do what they want to do, but I mean, why allow them to compete against females? As my co-host Peter said, it's ruining women's sports. And I feel it for the women. No, I'm not saying I feel it for women, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah.
What I'm new to social guys, I tell you guys last week that it's going to be more of the same coming into the second leg, just more of the same. I was watching the match for some period of time, and I thought that Real Madrid got some pretty decent chances to score in the early settings, and I don't know if they were misfiring or something. So I bet them probably get 2 or 3 clear opportunities.
Where, in the second leg?
Yeah.
And you know, Real Madrid didn't have a shot on goal before the 88th minute.
They got shots, but that's why I said I don't know if they were misfiring because they got shots off, they got chances to score, but for some strange reason they're just going over the bar. And they're saying this is not the Real Madrid that was in the first leg, but as I said, the momentum carried, they got that one.
Man City had the match to put away, but Courtois came up with some top saves, and he was the man of the match. Rodrigo wasn't the man of the match. Courtois came up with some goal line clearances, and I mean, the match could have been put to bed, and that inkling of chance that Rodrigo got from that Benzema assist made a big difference, and momentum shifted, and momentum is a thing that is hard to stop.
Yeah, and I think that Real Madrid never stopped fighting.
Yeah, they did it the last 3 rounds versus PSG. Who they did it to the round before again? I'm trying to remember. But they're comeback kings. They came back three rounds consecutively. And I mean, they are proven champions and they have pedigree and they have a top coach. People underestimate Ancelotti. Ancelotti's name should be called
He's the best coach.
one of the best coaches, yes.
In my books, I've already admired him as a coach. He has some way of getting what he needs to get out of the players that he has without spending massive. I think this Real Madrid team that he has now is probably
Chelsea.
One of the weakest.
That's who they came back against. Remember, they came back against Chelsea again. Yeah. Extra time. They came back against PSG. They came back against Liverpool. So this team is a fighting team. And we all know, as we touch on the mental fortitude, once you have that spirit to fight, I mean, you have the talent and then you have that spirit, you can't count out a fighter.
It's over to them for the finals. I think they will do what they must.
Who you have for the final?
I'm leaning to Real Madrid, you know.
You're a Man U fan, you must lead to Real Madrid.
No.
All Man U fans want Liverpool to lose that final.
No.
What?
I'm Man U fan, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I want Liverpool to lose. It's the mere.
You don't want Liverpool to lose. You want Madrid to win.
I want Madrid to win, but I don't want Liverpool to lose.
If it was Liverpool Man City final, I wonder who you choose to win. Because that's a conflict of interest, a rock and a hard place. As a Man U fan, who would you want to win? If it was a Liverpool Man City final.
What is your fiddle?
That one is rough. There you go. Because it's a conflict of interest, I'm telling you. You want Real Madrid to win because you're a Man U fan. You don't want Liverpool to.
No, man. I think it's the fighting in Madrid. That's why. How they are performing. Remember, in the transfer market, they didn't really take anybody else. I want free transfer a couple of players that they have.
Yeah.
They have Ancelotti has found a way to groom these players together, get them that fighting spirit, and to see that you have this Man City team, $100 million signing. There you have a cream of a crop of players that you've been grooming for the past 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And then you have the great coach in Pep.
Yeah.
And you have Pep versus Ancelotti, and you started fighting them from the first leg to the second leg. It's not much you can do. And I dub this Champions League final as the Kings of Europe because you're looking at the 2 heavyweights of Champions League football going head to head right now.
So you're telling me that AC Milan is not a top European club? I mean, but Kings of Europe. I don't understand that. You're discrediting Bayern Munich. You're discrediting AC Milan.
No, but they all play Champions League. Okay?
No. He's saying he's dubbing the Kings of Europe.
No,
Liverpool will not win English Premier Leagues. So how is it the Kings of Europe?
They are the Kings of Europe. Whoever win European Champions League is the Kings of Europe.
Yeah, but he's saying it's the clash of the Kings of Europe. How is it a clash of the Kings of Europe?
It's now become because
what?
I think those two teams won the most Champions League. How many has Liverpool won?
I think it's 5 or 6. I'm not quite sure.
And I think Real Madrid have what, 13?
13, yeah.
And Barcelona has what, 4 or 5? So I think outside of the regulars, I think it's Liverpool and
the regulars.
And, outside of the AC Milan and the Juventus. Juventus has how many? 4?
2.
2. Barca should have one.
Bayern Munich, I think, has 5.
Yeah, so that's why I said the Kings of Europe and the Kings of the Champions League. And the 2 heavyweights of Champions League in terms of the history of the clubs winning. So you're looking at these 2 teams going head to head. 15 league, you have to give it to Real Madrid to try and just do this comeback a 4th time and make it number 14. You have to give it to them. They've shown what football is. They've shown what Dale has been talking about all along. Yeah. The fight in sports without the money.
Without the money.
Fighting for something.
I mean, these
guys they have the money and they're out there fighting. I don't know what they're fighting for. But
to win.
For some strange reason, there's something about this team. And Ancelotti said it himself that if he wins the Champions League with this team, it will be his greatest season because he knows that this team should not even be winning La Liga.
I mean, he's a prisoner of the moment to say all of that. He has pedigree out there.
So it's a great.
The most titles in Champions League is Real Madrid with 13. AC Milan have 7, Liverpool have 6, and Bayern Munich have 6. So I don't know how you dub this of the Kings of Europe. I'm telling you, you're discrediting Bayern Munich and you're discrediting AC Milan. This is no king. Liverpool is no king of no Europe. There's one king of Europe and it is Real Madrid. They have the most titles. You discredit Barcelona has 5. Ajax has 4. So don't discredit AC Milan and Bayern Munich. So it's the king of Europe versus probably the prince. Probably the prince. But Liverpool is a top European club. No, not to knock Liverpool, but Liverpool has been to a lot of finals, has a lot of 6 titles, and I mean, Real Madrid has the most titles, and it should be a good final.
So the Formula One, I see that they're now on the new track in Miami. They're doing some the qualifying times now. Again, Ferrari's out there, and Hamilton is getting back. He's coming up.
What do you think about this jewelry thing in Hamilton? You think he's distracted too much? He's trying to make a point. You think it affect him on the track?
It's sports and they have a rule. They just don't want nobody having too much jewelry in the cars. It's not having the jewelry overall in press conferences and such. They basically said about the piercings and stuff in the car. They wouldn't want them to be. They want to kind of cut it out. And I think that it's nothing. It's easy for you to just kind of, you play football and take out the earring or something. I think he's just being petty over it and making statements like he's going to retire from Formula One if they don't remove the rule or something like that.
But you do agree that Lewis Hamilton have some expertise in the field of motor racing, right?
Yes.
So therefore, if he says it's no big deal, you tend to go with him because he's doing more driving than the authorities are.
Yeah.
Lewis is in the car driving and knows what's serious and what's not serious. Don't you agree?
For him.
Yes.
But they can't speak on behalf of somebody else. So sports is there to govern all persons, not just Lewis Hamilton. So
Yes.
if he doesn't have a problem with it, then that's off to you. But we are saying that we don't want this to continue in the sport itself. We just kind of want to cut it out before it reaches the stage where anything can happen. You know, the Murphy's Law.
Yes.
Whatever can go wrong, that goes wrong. So
Sure.
they really just don't want that to fall. He's coming out of the car and they change somewhere in the car. Basically, how they design.
But your suit can itch.
No, but how I see it, you know, Lewis has lost a lot of respect for the governing body.
Yeah.
Bear that in mind, right?
Yeah.
And therefore, I know, yeah, correct. This is him fighting back because Lewis has been robbed of a championship.
Yeah.
And him looking at these guys governing the sport and said, instead of you guys fixing this thing, you're going on and making these unnecessary rules. I think that's what Lewis doing. You and I know that.
Yeah. You're fighting back. You're finding a way to, go against them because, hey.
He wants to show you that he's not happy with the administrators.
Yeah, and what happened to him last year?
Yeah, for me, I wouldn't, if I was in Lewis' shoes, I would show that I'm not happy by winning this title.
That's a long stretch. No, don't.
That is what I would do. And so far, he's blaming the car, he's blaming his team, he's blaming everyone. Yes, the car is off to a slow start. I would pick Lewis to either come second or third this season.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see how it goes, and you keep us up to date on the racing circuit. But thanks to the call, Mr. Golson.
No problem.
All right. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Respect. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, a lot spoken there. I mean, I think Man U fans want Real Madrid to win.
I don't think so. I think they want an English team to win.
No,
I
think Man U fans
I think British football.
Here we have a caller here. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal Sports.
Yeah, man. Afternoon. How are you doing, man?
Afternoon, Connie One. I haven't heard from you in a while.
Wait.
You fly back in.
Yeah, man, no, you know, so we're never going nowhere, just busy.
Oh, busy. You have to do.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Primal get big, man, with someone who feel like the people in my car read and say, boy, man, wait too long.
Sorry about that. Yeah, the car's been a bit long today.
Yeah. We let the call.
Yeah, we let the call, but sorry about that.
No, not wrong. Good conversation with Mr. Ghost, you know?
Yeah.
True.
What's the sporting topic for the day?
The thing is, I wasn't really tuned in late, but I'm curious because I hear a conversation developing all about the place. I'm very curious of your opinion. Would you say that over 180 minutes, Ancelotti out-coached Pep Guardiola?
No.
I would say
if Carlo Ancelotti out-coached Pep?
Out-coached Pep Guardiola?
No, I don't think so.
I would have to say I think so. Tell us your view.
No, the thing is, again, I find it a problem every time I call these days, man, I give you something.
No, he didn't out-coach Pep. I mean, the players on the pitch that played, the match could have went either way. And I think that Real Madrid won the match more than City throwing it away. I mean, it's a game of inches, and those last 2 goals were just goals that happened.
I have to disagree. When you see a match turn, we as spectators could see the match turn. The match turn because a substitution made a difference, and then mistakes in substitution further compound the difference. I have to say the coach made a difference.
Real Madrid didn't have one shot on goal before the 80th minute.
All well and good, but they got
one shot on goal.
So Peter, you're saying the insertion of Rodrigo is what win the game. So therefore,
Rodrigo came on in 60th minute.
Can I tell you, the night before I got a call from my daughter, and she said to me, "Watch this play. If him get a ball, he's gonna make his name." And so said, so done. What you going to do?
Rodrigo came on in I think it was the 68th minute.
He came in the last part of the game.
No, 64th minute. He scored after being on the pitch for almost half an hour.
Yeah, but two seemingly freakish goals, but at the same time, they're goals.
Karim Benzema made the assist on the first one, and then he scored a header on the next one. He was in the right place at the right time, which players are
That's what players do.
But Rodrigo didn't make an impact.
I wouldn't even go freakish because it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's football, but I am saying a lot of people are using it, and I guess it's compound based on reputation to say that to denigrate Pep Guardiola. But I'm trying to see what is the grand mistake that he made. It's just the flow of football and things happen. If Courtois never make these saves or they never clear off the goal line, the match could have probably been...
Yeah, Courtois was the man of the match. Rodrigo was the man of the match.
All true, but coaches make a difference. Coaches
they do, but...
By substitutions.
Coaches are important. You couldn't send out the best team in the world with the worst coach and expect the best results all the time. Or if you hold things equal, the team with the better coach should win. So coaching is important.
Is it luck? Is it luck when Simoes bring on Walter Boyd in the last few minutes and Walter Boyd scores a goal? Is it luck or is it the coach that know how much him have and what he can do in that time?
But
I give coaches credit.
But I think that
when
if
we
he
lose,
brings on...
when you lose, we blame the coach.
Players win and coaches lose.
And I find that a problem in Peter, which is what I'm saying. Sports is going to mean. I hear people saying masterstroke by Ancelotti and poor by Guardiola, and I think both the credit and the blame overstated.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
That is why I say if you set up your team and for 90 minutes them don't get a shot on target, how can you say you coach a good game?
There you go.
True.
Yeah. At home.
But you win.
But you win, and then it looks Rodrigo get tagged and no.
It's a multiplicity of factors of which coaching is one. But
It is one. It is a factor.
The game could have went anyway.
Because it's Guardiola, people are searing in and coaching as a factor in this game. And I don't see Ancelotti do nothing special.
No, I don't see that.
I think it's Pep dropped the ball though. I
don't see Pep dropping the ball either.
If I was coaching a team, I'd kill off that game in the last
The
part.
game could have gone either way, and it was going Man City's way. And then there you go. Kyle Walker get a chance. Who else get a chance? Grealish get a chance. I mean, not Kyle Walker, sir. Grealish.
Save 2 good chances from Grealish.
Yeah, Grealish. Yeah. There you go.
Even if we then put in the intangible and say that some say Man City don't really have the big game heart. Some say Real Madrid have it.
Yeah.
Even then,
that's what they're saying now. Yeah.
Even if you say that,
And we see where Real Madrid
our coach credit.
Yes.
Because it's different coaches achieve that with Madrid than in the cases. The club culture is beyond Ancelotti if you're saying this, that is a part of it.
And the last 3 rounds, I mean, against PSG they came back, against Chelsea they came back, against Man City they came back. I mean,
excellent
momentum in that last part, but yeah.
But it's weird though, to be honest. I really thought, I think everybody thought Man City had it wrapped up. I guess they thought so to their detriment.
Yeah. I mean, and even in the first leg, Man City could have killed off the game in the first leg as well. They could have scored more goals.
Ultimately, I think they will kick themselves over the first leg.
Yeah.
In terms of the amount of goals they conceded in the first leg, I think they will kick themselves over that.
But also, Cunning one, when you're going into a reverse match, right, with a two goal.
No, they're up 4-3 and they scored.
Sorry, you have a 1 goal cushion, right? I think that you play the match a certain way.
And they went out there and they did what they're supposed to do, up one love.
And then up another goal again. You all of a sudden you feel the tide turning in the last place. If I was coach, I know I would have changed the game.
It's tough.
I would have changed the game, slow down the game, make some substitutions.
I don't think Man City gave it away. I think Real Madrid fought and Real Madrid won.
I think they gave it away.
There's more credit to Real Madrid than discrediting Man City.
I think all the substitutions that Pep made are illogical. Even if I wouldn't have made them, they're never illogical, and that is
And I mean, they're proven persons. Remember last year they were knocking Pep for not starting Fernandinho. Now they're knocking Pep for bringing on Fernandinho. Remember last year against Chelsea?
I think if you want to say Pep drop the ball, if you want to say Pep drop the ball, I think Pep dropped the ball last year. Pep moved, but this year, for sure.
And for not playing Fernandinho.
Yeah.
That's what all the City fans and the opponents were saying. And now,
hold on.
So like, you're back with us, Colin One? Hello?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh yeah. Last year they were knocking Pep for not starting Fernandinho or playing Fernandinho. Now they're knocking Pep for bringing on Fernandinho when Fernandinho is a proven defensive midfielder. You with us? Yeah. They're knocking Pep to bringing on a proven defensive midfielder to tighten the screws and close out the match. Last year they knocked him for not playing him. So I don't know. You can't satisfy.
People are upset that he pulled De Bruyne, but ultimately De Bruyne wasn't having a special game.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. But
the legs with De Bruyne playing the week before the weekend. I mean, but giving us 60, 70 minutes, bringing on other players. I mean, with the match in bag, it's not like you're chasing the match.
My feeling
fresh legs.
My feeling with special strikers, you don't take them off the field.
No, De Bruyne's not a striker.
How many times have we seen he is a special striker?
No, De Bruyne is
come on, man.
Question though, the substitution. By the way, when De Bruyne came off, is he that came off for Gundogan?
Yeah, I think so. I think Rodrigo came on for Kroos. Who came on for I don't remember. I
didn't see that substitution.
I think Gundogan
came.
I'm almost certain that Gundogan had to play in the goal.
Yeah.
So even then, really and truly, I feel like we're clutching at straws, or basically treating Pep by reputation.
And with the Kyle Walker injury, that was a big factor as well.
A big blow as well, definitely.
But even so, in the last part of the game,
Vinicius, although it wasn't leading to much end product, Vinicius did kind of give Walker a warm time.
Yeah. So, I mean, the match could have gone anyway.
Yeah, man,
and I mean, Man City was in the driver's seat, and Real Madrid come around the bend on the last turn and nip it at the line. Press gas. I mean, put in the NAS. And you ever watch Fast and Furious and it's too early? And you press gas as a driver, you know. And
I have seen
the momentum shifted.
I've seen English teams, including England, lose at what they call the death of many matches. There's something going on there. You have seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. So who you have for the final, Colin One?
Boy, I don't know. It's hard to go against Madrid in the way that they behave. But I think Liverpool is a better team by a smidgen.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Liverpool should win, but boy, it's hard to go against
Galacticos.
Madrid. And if Madrid win, I think them can just write Benzema name on the Ballon d'Or.
I mean, it's already written.
It's a World Cup year.
It's a fait accompli. It's already written.
It's a World Cup year. It's a World Cup year.
True.
It's a World Cup year.
But even so, boy, it's a hard for somebody. Somebody will have to go have a Maradona type tournament for wrestling family.
But that could also be Benzema. So
I mean, yes. I wouldn't say Maradona like. I would say more like Messi-esque. I prefer that.
The thing is, you don't know my view on that, you know.
Magisterial.
You know that Messi is my baller, but at least what we have heard of the Maradona World Cups, while Messi has had exceptional World Cups. I don't know if you remember Maradona World Cup, but that's fine.
But just have a drop in. Let's have a drop in Messi, man.
This is the last chance, eh?
Yeah.
But Argentina playing well.
Yeah, I think it's a lot.
You know where I stand in Lionel Messi myself.
Yeah, I know. But I have to drop in Messi in that. somewhere. I can't talk about football and don't drop in Messi somewhere, especially the World Cup. Yeah.
One man great, everybody great, so we big up all the greats.
Yeah. And what you say about the EPL race? It's over?
EPL race, let me see what we're going tomorrow.
Liverpool drop points to the draw and all.
Yeah, but anything is possible. See them say Pep is an overthinker. He could overthink.
Newcastle go and feel it tomorrow. Pep upset. Man City upset.
Yeah,
Newcastle go and feel it tomorrow.
Because I think definitely Man City should win the league. That's how I would put it.
Especially with this result here today.
Man City should win the league. And I don't know, I was thinking that Liverpool was likely only going to win one trophy for the season, so but let's see.
Let's see. All right. Thanks for the call, Colin one.
Yeah, man, big up on yourself. I'm gonna try get back on to the regular calling.
Yeah, I wanted to announce to the viewers that based on the last couple of weeks we were having technical problems in giving you the show, and lots of people have been asking for us to change the show or make a podcast or put it on YouTube so that people can watch the show over again. So I think we're working on that. I was talking to my boss about making a podcast so people can watch the show back, other than just a live show. We love the live show, you know, but we need to be able, so people need to see the things that might have transpired while they were on the road or whatnot.
Yeah, man. We're sure we like clockwork when it will touch YouTube.
All right.
Thanks, Colin.
Take it easy, Colin one.
Take it easy.
Yeah, man. Take care.
Right. Well, Ken, you know, we have gone over time because Isla Bash was getting ready.
Yeah.
But
think it's ready for them now?
Well, all I want to announce that last week I said that we're getting a fight because YouTube constantly keeps taking our numbers down. I don't know why. And Joel was having problem with the ISP dropping us. So today we tried a little workaround and it appears to be working because we are back up to the kind of numbers we were producing a couple of weeks ago. And next week will be even bigger.
Primal is vital.
Yeah. And we're back.
We never left. But we are here every Saturdays, 3 to 4:30. My co-host will be back in the show next week. He'll give us a roundup of the Caribbean Junior Championships. Sorry for his absence, but work is work. And we'll bring the show to you nonetheless. And one love from the Primal team. This is our 1 year anniversary. And Primal is vital. So thanks for the viewers. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to the callers. Next week, we'll have a special guest for you again. Sorry for absence for a guest this week, but one love from the Primal team, and we're out.
See you next week.
Primal, it all starts here.
That's it. Good.